You are. All set.
All right. Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday, June 14th Town Council Appointment and Negotiation Committee meeting. We have a full committee with Councilor Clucci. Wow. And Councilor Hamel. And I'm Karen Shu. First on the agenda is if we have call to order attendance, now we have to open it for public comment, which we do before we dive in. See if there's anyone online who wants to speak. We do not have any public in attendance this evening. Okay, so we'll move on to item 4, which is the approval of the minutes from the April 12th meeting. Did everyone get a chance to review those?
Yes,
Any questions or concerns?
no, I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, great. So item 5, first we do have a couple of vacancies with applications that we can fill. So we have a vacancy that came open on the Community Services and Rec Advisory Board. We do not currently have any pending applications, but I'm sure if we put it out there, we can get some. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is I'm recommending to move the second alternate, which is Amanda Doherty, from the second alternate position to the first alternate position with a term to expire in 2024.
So you made the motion, I'll second.
Any discussion?
I was just kind of curious about the resignation. Do we know the reason for the
Yeah,
resignation?
so the Tom Partridge or William Partridge resigned. He was a young parent who had resigned and then decided to coach T-ball instead. And so he missed the meeting, was like, I feel bad, I can't make all of them. And actually Amanda was appointed and she is one of the newer members who were moving up, and she actually also applied for the ad hoc committee.
Great. Thank you.
So all in favor? Okay. Great. And then we have the Conservation Commission. We had a resignation there where Emily Springer submitted her resignation, which is leaving a vacancy. And we did have an application from Abel Cloud, maybe. So the recommendation that I'm giving, not a motion, I don't know. Can I make a motion? I'm recommending.
Okay.
Procedurally, can the chair just make okay, thanks. All right. So then I will motion to move Maggie Vishnu from the first alternate voting member with a term to expire in 2025 and move Kathleen Miller from the second alternate position to the first alternate position with a term to expire in 2025 and appoint Abel Cloud as the second alternate with a term to expire in 2024.
I'll second that. I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
That's what I'll just say one. All in favor or any discussion? Sorry.
Just a question
Yeah,
on
of
the
course.
reason for the resignation.
So interestingly enough, Emily actually has a farm at,
It's on Honeywell.
I don't know.
Honeywell, and I think she just got a USDA grant.
Yes,
And
she
so
did.
she's gonna be busy. I'm actually
Cool.
disappointed that we're losing her because she was a really good member of the Conservation Commission.
Mm.
She has like an organic farm and very knowledgeable. So we're sad to leave her leave. Good for her.
That's great.
All in favor? Thanks. Okay, then we have the Sustainability Committee, which had an open vacancy, and it looks like we did have 2 applications, but we just appointed one of those applications to the Conservation Commission. So what my motion would be then is we're left with one application from Patrice Castenholz. So my motion is to move Lydia Job, who currently is the second alternate, to the first alternate with a term to expire in 2025. And then appoint Patricia Katzenholz, the second alternate with a term to expire in 2023.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Interesting, the applicant or person you're recommending has town council experience, right?
Mm.
That's interesting.
All good applicants.
And I did send the applications to, Jamie Finch, and she was supportive of the
Perfect.
Great.
Awesome. All in favor? Great. So that's it for appointments. We currently do have vacancies on the ADA Advisory Committee, the Community Services Advisory Board, as I mentioned before, and the Senior Advisory Board. I'm sure we could find someone who's interested in the Community Services Advisory Board. One of my thoughts was that someone who maybe does not get appointed during the Ad Hoc Community Center Committee might be a good person to say, hey, but instead, would you want to do that?
Mhm.
So with that, we'll move on to number 2 under item 5, which is the discussion on market data. Councilor Hamel or maybe Liam.
Yeah, this was just to kind of revisit, where we are in the process. We had our executive session, we've given, a letter to Tom, which everybody was copied on, and the next step was for us to revisit on market data. So I didn't have any expectations for there to be a big presentation this evening. It's basically a touch base to figure out, how's it coming along and what seems to be a reasonable timeframe for you.
It's in process. I'm aggressively following up with my questions based on what I've received to date. My hope would be to get this off my plate in the next few weeks.
Great.
And buttoned up. I didn't get any feedback from the group, so I'm presuming that we're content with kind of the cohort that we've identified. I think it's probably pretty comprehensive. If anything, I'm gonna probably add a few communities and you can choose to take it or leave it. So yeah, another few weeks, certainly before your next meeting.
Great.
And I'm happy to provide that offline and then answer any questions or do any additional follow-up or requests so that in the next meeting, we should have a discussion.
Great. One thing I was just gonna ask as a follow-up on that, or just mention, is that timing should work out okay, because we're not planning to have an initial meeting with Tom until July, sometime, probably be mid-July, so that should work out. Take a breath. Tom.
With that being said, I am realizing I am not here next month for that week, July 12th. So when I look at our next agenda item, which is item 6, and we're supposed to set our agenda, I'm realizing I'm in California that week, which is July 12th. So maybe that's something we can think about.
Maybe we can try to move both. Finance
Okay.
and,
Yeah, and if
And-
Liam thinks he's gonna have something for us maybe later in the month, and it's something we need to do with this committee. So we don't need to decide tonight. but
What week are you not here?
The week of July 10th.
Okay,
So the second week, normally we would meet the second Wednesday.
third week is the council meeting.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we do one day though.
So when we do have a meeting, sometime in July, we'll have the market data from Leon by then, and then we'll see if we get any more applications for any of the vacancies that we have right now. But otherwise, I can't think of anything else that we would want to put on our agenda. Okay. Okay, so item number 7 on the agenda is the act on the request for an executive session pursuant to Title I, MSRA, Section 405-6D, regarding a personnel matter relating to the applications for the Ad Hoc Community Center Committee, and to come back to public session to make possible recommendations. Do I have a motion?
so moved.
Second,
Any discussion?
I had a question.
Yes.
So when we come back to public session are we gonna do that, actually report out today, or that would be a future public session at some point?
My interpretation is that we will, at a future public session, present the names. And my understanding, I think our hope is to have names for next week for the council meeting.
Great.
Is that correct?
Yeah, we do have the,
We do have an order on the council agenda to act on the recommendations from the
Okay.
committee. So if you do come out of public session, of course, we won't have.
Okay.
But you can still, open the door and make your recommendations for each, at large or in the other. Yeah.
Do you feel because it's so short, we should come back and make it public, or are you is the board committee comfortable with not coming back online and making those? And that's where I'm asking. We're not coming back online tonight and presenting our recommendations, correct?
I don't feel a need to do that.
Okay, I don't either. I just wanted to clarify.
I haven't done it. I'm fine.
I'm looking right at mine.
We're not making the decision, we're making a recommendation.
And that's kind of my point, is it's just a recommendation, so I'm hesitant to make them tonight. Let's do that. Okay, thank you.